Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to another episode of Random CDs, Random Facts. So this one here is actually the second episode. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the first one if you want to check that out. You guys seem to enjoy that one a lot, so we're going to do a second one here. We'll see if we turn this into a series, if it gets enough traction. But essentially what this is I've got my wall of wonder 800 CDs that I keep out all the time. I do have a collection of over 11,000 CDs, but these here, the creme de la creme as far as I'm concerned, the ones I go back to all the time. And so what I'll do, essentially blindfold myself, randomly pick a spot on the wall, pull the CD out, we'll do some commentary, we'll talk about it, give you some facts, some history, maybe a story or two on it, why I have it, that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in that, please stick around. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like, all those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, as an added bonus, by subscribing, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music, just like this, with random CDs, random facts. So I want to start over at the beginning, or I should say start back at the beginning. These are the ones we did the first time. We did 6, and we covered Dream Theater, Dramatic Turn of Events, Kicks, Blow My Fuse, fantastic album, AC/DC, Rock or Bust, doesn't get enough love in my opinion. Kevin Martin and the High Watts, lead vocalist for Candlebox, one and only solo album there. Jen Grant, Orchestra for the Moon, does the track for the Heartland TV show, and a limited edition Paul McCartney New. So those are the ones. I pulled these out of the wall. We don't want to hit on those again. We want to hit on brand new stuff. All right, so let's get started here. I'm going to try and hit in some different areas. Hope we're going to get some different artists and not do repeats of any of those bands, but we don't know what's going to come up. All right, so let's go. I'm going to go down a little low this time on this one here. All right, so I like this one. This is one I added to the wall recently. Glenn Hughes, Resonate. This one here, I believe, is actually his latest solo album. He's doing other things, you know. He's certainly part of the Dead Daisies right now, and that album was my favorite album for that year when it came out. The latest one that he is on, they're working on a brand new one, so certainly love that. Glenn Hughes, though, one of those artists that, started off in the 70s with trapeze, goes into Deep Purple, comes out of that, starts a solo career, gets into Black Sabbath. He has success with that stuff, but he never really rises to the top. Now, CD sales being what they are, and they're not what they used to be and so forth, but I have to say, this is an artist who has only gotten better with time. Every album and every project he is doing today, I think, completely outdoes anything he's ever done in the past. He's just absolutely an amazing artist. Glenn Hughes, can't say enough about him, whether it's this release or something else, definitely worth checking out. So let's put that one down and we'll go for another one here. All right, we're gonna go up high, try and come in the back area, something a little different. So, all right, interesting. Okay, Boston, Walk On. Now this was one actually I had out just the other day. Maybe my finger knew that when I was grabbing it. This one here is 1994. Sort of, I always considered it a reunion album, but they had out their, I think it was 1986 was the Third Stage album, right? So those first 3 albums that they did, absolutely huge. And they just took a really long time between that and this one here, I guess 8 years, from 86 to 94. And Brad Delp did return by this time, but he had actually been out of the band for a while doing the RTZ project and stuff like that. Very good album. If you don't know that one, that had 2 Boston members in it. So certainly worth checking out RTZ if you're not familiar with them. But this one here, I think, was the last great, classic sounding album. The next 2 that they did, Corporate America and the latest one, good stuff, all right, but just don't hold a candle to the originals. But this one here, man, that's one here. And it's funny thing is, going way back, I had a girlfriend at the time whose parents were super huge into Boston, and that's actually how I sort of learned about them. I mean, I knew of them, but this was back in right before 1994, give or take, and then this album came out, they went and saw them, and I was sort of like, hey, I got to check this out. So kind of always interesting how you can get exposed to a band. In this case, through a girlfriend's parents at the time. That's a weird story that has always stuck with me. Whenever I pull this album out, I think of that instance about hearing about her parents going to a rock concert, which for me as a young teen at that time, it was really weird to think of parents going to a rock concert, like Boston, but hey, that's what it was. All right, so next one up here, let's see, you know what? I'm gonna go up, I'll see if I can go up high. I don't know where my finger will fall, but let's see where we can go. All right, I like this. So Toto, this is their latest or last studio album because they've said they're not going to record anymore, and they did put one album out after this, and I forget the name of it. It came out a year or two back, but it was really a collection of stuff. This was the last all-new album that they did. Date on it is 2015, so it's 7 years old at this point. And for me, at least, Toto is a hit or miss band. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but there's the really, really sort of mellow, soulful type stuff that's got the, you know, horns or whatever that are within it. Not really my cup of tea. The more melodic rock or the actual rock stuff they do, I absolutely love. And I have to say that this album here delivered on the goods from start to finish. I love this album, and it's cool. It comes in one of these, I think they call them the ebook. You know, but it's a little hardback book that's got, you know, a lot of cool photos and stuff within it, CD being up front and so forth. And this one here has a DVD that comes with it, which is a making of the album. But this one here, I guess, is titled as 14. It says the Roman numerals XIV on it, but I like this album a lot. I'd recommend it if you're into melodic rock or you like Toto and you just didn't check it out back then. Really, really good stuff. Joseph Williams, Steve Lukather, you can't go wrong with either of those guys. Always doing good stuff. All right, we got 3 here. So, all right, I'm going to try to go in the middle here. Oh, well, there you go. So, you know, it's kind of like last time. I didn't expect to hit some of the ones on the tops of these things, but I keep stuff out. So these are ones that haven't been filtered into this yet, and I hit on the 2 CD edition of Beatles Abbey Road. So, you know, up until recently, I would have said I'm not the biggest Beatles fan. I don't know, I'm maybe still not. I'm definitely a far bigger fan of Paul McCartney and the solo projects of all the Beatles. That's how I found them. That's how I got into them. And the Beatles stuff tended to be a little too pop for me. But I've been digging back into it, and especially with these new reissues. This one here is a cool one. It's, you know, got a book, and it's a 2 CD edition coming in the slipcase. And it's a remix done by, let's see if it says right on the back. And it's not coming up right for me. I apologize. I forget who exactly has done it, but related to one of the members, you know, one of the sons of, you know, one of the band members has done this. And so it's, you know, someone that is involved, that knows this stuff, it's doing it right kind of a thing. And so I've been exploring these things, and their new remixes, giving it a new life. And so definitely, I'm always up for alternative versions. That's just my thing. I like limited edition, alternative versions, alternate things that, you know, the what if scenario kind of stuff. And that's what this is here. So it takes those original songs and they've remixed them now for the 50th anniversary kind of thing. And this came out. So it has been helping me get into the Beatles, whereas I really hadn't been. And I got a few more of them up here, Magical Mystery Tour and Let It Be and so forth. So I'm slowly diving in, and I'm kind of, you know, regressing, going backwards in with them. So there you go. All right, we've done 4 of them here. Let's do another one here. I'm going to go way low on this wall, so you're not going to actually see where my finger hits on it, but I'll pull this thing out for you. And so I'm just going to go down here. And all right, so Robert Plant. I've been slowly picking these up. This is Strange Sensation, or Robert Plant and the Strange Sensation, but Mighty Rearranger. And the album itself, if I can find the date real quick, I'm not seeing it on the back here, but you know, 2000s era kind of thing. And I liked these ones here that he was doing right after sort of coming back. So he took off a solid 10 years or so from making albums and things, and then started coming back. And he's been doing them pretty regularly now. Of course, he's done the ones with Alison Krauss, you know, and had success with that and so forth. But this one here, not too much to say on it, just I like it. So I do own the box set that had gathered these up, and this one here has bonus tracks and so forth. And if you know me and you've seen any of my other videos, then you know I love jewel cases. So I've actually been buying them back in jewel cases, and I will at some point sell off the box set because I don't need it to duplicate it. But just one of those. So that's that one. And then let's see, let's do something else. Try and figure out where I'll go. All right, I'm just gonna go middle of the road here. Sorry if I veered off camera. I'm trying to get my bearings on things. So, all All right, so a Def Leppard. All right, songs from the Sparkle Lounge. This is one that I did enjoy at the time. I think it's 2008. So, you know, they since put out in 2015 the self-titled one, which I thought was a real return to form. So this one here, a little in between that. It's not quite the return to form, but it's good rock stuff. The song Nine Lives, that was the thing that just made it so that it wasn't a home run for me, having Tim McGraw on it. I have nothing against Tim McGraw. What I don't like about it is that Tim McGraw starts the vocals before Joe Elliott. And I think the lead vocalist of the band from which the song is coming from should be that. So I'm just thinking, you know, you're on rock radio and the first thing you hear is Tim McGraw. You're not going to be going Def Leppard. So that was just always a sore point for me on it. However, I have to say this. So with the release of those 2 new tracks by Def Leppard, because we've got a brand new album coming out on May 27th, Diamond Star Halos, that made me want to go back and listen to more modernized Def Leppard. And one of the albums I don't listen to a lot is this one. So I've been listening to this a lot, and I have to say I have a brand new appreciation for this album here. Really enjoyed it, kind of refining it and stuff. And this one here came with these guitar picks. Sorry, it's like the credit card size, and you punch them out, and that's why I showed you this side first. But came with those. So a little cool little limited edition thing that came with this one here. I always enjoy those. I'll go out to, you know, Target, Walmart, whatever, whichever one has that sort of stuff, and pick that up. I don't remember who was selling that one, but I did get it as part of this. And so short album, but a good album at that, and definitely really excited about the brand new Def Leppard that's coming out on May 27th. So there you go. We've done 6 of these here. I think we'll call it a day on this one. Let you guys comment and see what you think. But, you know, we did the Robert Plant, you know, covered the Beatles on this one, something I wouldn't have thought I'd be pulling out. Toto, love that album. Boston, Walk On, one of their best. Glenn Hughes, again, love him. If you're not too familiar with him, do check him out. And of course, the one we just did, the Def Leppard. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you want me to continue this. And certainly we'll be doing some more, hopefully. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.